Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Bhupesh. So today will be another topic onto the Grafana, uh, which is nothing but a black box exporter for monitoring all your endpoint targets. So before we start the topic, I would like to introduce what we have done in this entire Grafana playlist so far. In these 10 videos, you can quickly run through it. We have initially done the Grafana setup and Jira integration, then prompt QL queries understanding. Further, we took certain sessions on CAD dashboards, alerts, and then uh, log tracing using Locky, and then tracing using Tempo, and then we understood how to use Prometheus exporters to have the data available to the Grafana. And finally, we did the AWS Cognito authentication for users. Now, today, this topic is really very important for understanding and how to implement it onto the cluster. If you're not like and subscribe this channel, please do that right away by clicking on this link so that you can get all the videos related to Grafana and Kubernetes. Perfect. So let's get started without wasting any further time. So Blackbox exporter or monitoring is nothing but a, you can say, the open source synthetic monitoring. And you can say, what is the synthetic monitoring? So we are actually continuously checking our link, google.com or some other any link or any other service to make sure that, service is available. It is returning a status code of 200. So black box is simply, sitting in the middle, and it is, hitting a target. It can be Prometheus IO or any other website, and then it probes, returns the data. It can be a, HTTPS to 2xx probe and the HTTP 1xx probe. And then once it returns the data, then it is sending the data to Prometheus so that it can store the target to that service, Prometheus black box exporter service. And ultimately, this service is being visible onto the Grafana. So in a nutshell, let me quickly summarize whatever I've said. It is a open source ping pong testing, okay, for an or any particular URL, so that we are pretty much sure whether that URL is up or not. And since it is an open source, it is really heavily used by so many developers across the globe. So it's really important to understand how to set up this black box exporter onto any Kubernetes cluster with certain set of commands. Pretty easy for. So let's see how we can do it quickly from practical perspective of it. So I've created a you know uh, GitHub page on basically a repository, black box repository. So this is that repository. Okay, this black box exporter. There's a README page. So we'll be following this README for doing it onto our cluster. So we'll be following these 4 steps. So let's quickly see it. What are these 4 steps? Okay. So yeah, the first step is simple. First of all, we need to install this black box exporter separately onto the cluster, and we need to just have this community added. If it is not added, you can just simply run this piece, close everything. Okay. So this is already added. This is the repo community, and then I'll run this hem repo upgrade. Fine. I want to winch namespace. I want to metrics namespace. So I'll just run this Helm install upgrade Prometheus Blackbox exporter from this community. Now I'm passing one value.yaml file. This is the Blackbox exporter value. So what is the content of this? So I'm passing the configuration. Then I need to use the probe HTTP, and then the timeout can be 5 seconds. And these are the valid HTTP versions I'm using for my probing. Okay. So all these things are really available into the documentation of Blackbox exporter. But yeah, this is the bare minimum configuration that you need to pass into your Helm chart. And finally, this is again very important. These 2 pieces that you need to create a service monitor that will keep on looking to this service, which will be created by Blackbox exporter, so that ultimately this data will be feed to Grafana. And this 16 is nothing but your release equals to Grafana, which we'll be using as a label because we are installing Grafana Helm chart. Okay, in the next step. Yeah, this one. So this release equals to Grafana is needed because it all works with the help of labels only. The moment it catches this label, the Blackbox exporter will send the data to Grafana. I mean the Prometheus database, and then it will be added to a Grafana data source. So yeah, this is the additional value that I'm passing it from this, uh, you know, a Blackbox exporter. Sorry, this one. So let me see. Let me run this. I want to which location? Yeah, this is my GitHub location. Okay, black values. It is already there. If it's already installed, it will upgrade. If it is not installed, it will install it fresh. Okay. So let me do a KGP. kubectl will get bought basically. Okay. Clear. Let me so that black box exporter this pod is running. Okay. Let me just do a quick refresh of this pod. Seem to follow the documentation that I have provided. It will be a simply straightforward thing for you. Okay. So kget svc kgp. Let me run it here so that it becomes faster. KGP. So my pod is running 16 seconds. Okay, you can see the black box exporter is running. We see the service of black box exporter. It is running as well. K port forward service of black box exporter. Uh, this is the one. And what is the port? 9115. 9115. Okay. See, I can see all the probes that I set up. So we'll be probing. We will be setting all these probes again. Yeah, for I would say testing purpose. But yeah, this is the kind of page that you will see. Now, coming back to my documentation again. So this is first step. I have installed this black box exporter. Now I need to install Grafana if it is not installed. If it is installed, that is it is perfectly fine. But you need to use this Cube Prometheus stack popular Helm chart. So first two steps are fairly straightforward. Now I need to install this Grafana, but I am passing another Grafana.values YAML file. Now you need to understand this line number 21. So what is this Grafana values.yaml file? This is the additional scrape config we need to add. So what we are saying that I want to this script configuration will be passed to your Prometheus server. So I want to do a black box testing for external targets first of all, and this probe will use this module. Okay, and this is the target, one of the target, uh, the google.com. These are the relabel configs. This is about external websites. Now, suppose I want to monitor certain within cluster services. So this is another job I've created as a script in script you can say config for Prometheus. In this, I'm checking all the internal Kubernetes services. So I'll take that example also. So yeah, so this is the namespace for all the namespace for all the services. This probe will be checked. I mean, this endpoint will be checked using this service, this job basically. So ultimately, in a nutshell, we are doing a script config of two locations, the external target as well as the internal Kubernetes services. So these are the values that I'm passing it in my Helm chart. So this is really important to understand. Now I'll on that same location. I'll run this thing. So everything is coming from community. I'm just passing this value.yaml file. Okay. So I'll be updating that Grafana release that is already there on my system just to make sure that it is coming from scratch. Let it load. And in the meantime, let's see. Uh, clear. HL is Helm list. So I can see this has been deployed uh, on this and this date. So today's 27. Yeah, it is 60. It has been deployed. The third revision. We see. Yes, this is done. We see the pods are up and running properly. Fine. So let me see the service also now for Grafana. Grafana service also up. Okay, port forward. Service up. Grafana. Okay. Now let me see the uh, Grafana endpoint, whether we are getting those matrices or not. Now this is my Grafana. I'll do explore and then I'll check whether these jobs are coming or not. So this is the I'm just calculating distinct metric series for all the jobs on this cluster. Okay. So you can watch other videos if you really want to understand the PromQL language. Okay. So I've run this query. Now you see there are two jobs. One is Blackbox Kubernetes service. The other is Blackbox external target. First of all, let's see the external target. And in this, let's see the underscore name. Yeah. So in this job, these are the distinct metric series that are coming. Okay. So we'll see all these things with the help of dashboard. But first of all, I'm checking all the matrices are coming or not for both the jobs that we defined in this YAML file. First we saw, okay, this was the external target, black box external target. You can see it, black box external target. Let me get back to the previous page where I did a filtration on this is on services. So this job is doing a ping test on all the services. So Google.com is already available. It is doing a ping test. Let us install a brand new service within the cluster so that black box can monitor that service. I'll come on to my documentation again. I will install a sample application on my cluster. So for installing the sample application, I've created a folder called as Helm. Now inside this folder, I'm just creating a very simple deployment, which is actually taking this hello service image and creating one pod. I hope it is replica is one only. Yeah, value replica count. Yes, it is creating one pod, one service. Pretty simple, sample application, and then we'll do a black box testing on this application. So I'll come on to this. Uh, I'm already in that location. I'll just simply come here and then Helm upgrade or install. If it is not installed, it will install it. If it is installed, it will do upgrade. So KGP, I can see hello service is up and running. Let me delete it for the sake of convenience for everyone for understanding. So I'm deleting this pod and then it will come up again. Right? KGP clear KGP. It will take some time. Perfect. So till the time it's coming up, let me just invoke your Grafana and then we'll see all these results. Fine. So we have added the hello service also. Right. Now let me see whether the pod is up or not. Perfect. So pod is up. Now to understand all these matrices via dashboard. So Blackbox also provides you a dashboard also. So you can simply come here and then follow the fourth step. So we will add a dashboard related to Blackbox Exporter. We'll follow this link and then right. And there's a dashboard which is created by Prometheus Community. You can simply copy this ID 7587 or you come to home dashboard and then import the dashboard. Okay. 7587. Okay. And then Prometheus General. Now, see. Now this dashboard will tell you everything. Okay. Now, if you talk about your so all these matrices, all these services which are there on your cluster, so those are being monitored. You can see the status code. You can see the this 9093. So if we talk about any one particular, or if we talk about the hello service, let's talk about this hello service. Okay. And the sample application. Now, sample application is up and is having status code 200 HTTP version 1.10. SSL is no, there's no SSL certificate. HTTP duration is this. I can simply probe duration is this, and global probe duration is this. So I can check the query also. So query is nothing but HTTP probe duration for that particular target, right? So, so I can actually status is 2 not 200. So I can see the probe success up, okay, and I can see the status code as 200. Probe HTTP status code. So Prometheus Exporter is doing a, and then we can see the version in the edit probe HTTP version. So this is about your Hello Service application. Let's see the external Google one. Na? Yeah, this is the external target, how it is behaving for this. Now external target is giving good return, uh, and you can see the status. You can see the. Let me remove one Hello Service. Okay, Google. Perfect. So you have only one now. SSL, just definitely it is SSL certificate. Expiry is 2 months, 4 days. Average probe duration is 242 milliseconds. Average DNS lookup. So this is a kind of pretty quick, and you can set up alerts also on this. So let me say if I've enabled alerts or not. I don't think I've enabled alerts, but yeah, you can enable alerts also, and then you can, if your any of your target is down, you can simply get an alert. And for enabling alert, what you can do, let me just quickly show you in this YAML file. You need to come here and then simply enable the alerts. Okay, from here. Now, how to enable the alerts? Let me just show you. Uh, Helm show values. Okay, and then grab alert. Let me see. Okay, interesting. So with this, you can just simply see all the default values of your Helm chart. So I was just see Prometheus rule enabled false. The moment I add it, we will add the rules also. Let me just try to do it whether it is working or not. So it's the kind of runtime thing I'm doing. I never do it during a video, but yeah. So true. So now what I'm saying, let me have the rules also. I mean the alert rules. So I'll just run this again. And the Blackbox photo. Okay. So what I'm saying, what is the main motive now? I can see metrics. I've created a dashboard, but I've not seen any kind of alert rules. So uh, what are the alerts that are so I would say let's take that rules topic separately. Otherwise, the video will be pretty lengthy. So I'll create a separate topic how to add the rules to the existing black box dashboard. So what we have seen, like a quick recap as per our documentation, so that we can quickly wrap up this video. So we have did only 4 steps. First of all, we installed the vanilla black box exporter with certain these values. Now what these values are there, these are the configuration that I'll be doing a probe basis on this these modules. You can simply check this GitHub documentation, and then we'll be doing probing on 1.1 and 2.0 on HTTP. We have enabled the, you can ignore this, you can enable the service monitor so that Grafana can trace it, and then this is the label that is needed for tracing the Grafana. Now, quickly on to the second step, we are installing the Grafana, the Cube Prometheus stack, but additional with these values. What are these values? Basically, these are additional script configuration that I can do a external target black box testing and internal Kubernetes service black box testing. Third and the final step was create a sample application, which is internal Kubernetes service that can be tracked, and then finally adding a dashboard to the Grafana. So this is pretty much we did on this video. I hope it was not too lengthy, but yeah, this is very important to understand what is a black box exporter, open source, you can say synthetic monitoring to external target as well as to internal services, and how it can be leveraged. So just give it a shot. Just try to implement in your local minikube cluster. If you find any problem, you can post it into a comment section. And I think for now, let us wrap up this video. Thanks for tuning in. You can like and subscribe the channel from here for similar kind of videos. Stay tuned for now. Thank you. Bye bye.